Do you know anything about EFT? Like when you responded?
No, I read a little bit about it and then looked it up, but I've never heard of it before you. So.
Okay. Have you heard of meridian points? Have you heard of the body's meridian system?
Vaguely. I don't know a lot about it, like just...
Okay. Reference to that goes back about 5,000 years to Chinese medicine. And if you've heard of acupuncture,
Sure, yeah.
they use those points. We're not going to use needles, but they use those points. Mm-hmm. And it's a way of clearing the energy in your system, which is why acupuncture works, right? Well, in this case, we just use the fingertips. And the form of EFT that I use is called fast EFT. And we just tap on 5 points, and somehow that seems to work.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. This is the first point, and if you know anything about the pineal gland, it gets to that. And this is present time, present focus. So I start calling your attention. Mm-hmm. And then side of the eye, which I guess relates to the bladder, but also it's, the eye and the brain are connected. Like in infants or in the fetus there, the eye really is part of the brain, right, until it sort of pokes itself out. And then we'll do under the eye, and then we'll do under the collarbone, where the collarbone points, and you know you've got two little indentations here, sometimes called sore spots. We don't do it to be sore, but to tap there. And then I'll be having you press with your thumb here on your wrist. And that's as complicated as it gets.
That's interesting.
Okay? Mm-hmm. And we'll see. So one of the things that we do, of course, we do the tapping, but we want to have a thought in mind. So we want to be targeting our words to this thought, which I'm going to ask you to be, I'm going to ask that thought be, what goes on in your brain? What do you say to yourself when you're avoiding exercising? Okay? Okay. And because what we want to do, Kelly, is break that brain pattern. What has happened for whatever reason is that your brain is just going over and over and over a familiar track. And we want to change that. And we're going to see if we can do it effortlessly, easily, effortlessly, without going through any big deal. Okay. But I also need to be calling up an emotion at the same time, because that's what makes it all work. And what we do in this work, in EFT and fast EFT and a lot of the energy psychology, is take that emotion and rank it on a scale of 0 to 10. 0 being I just have no feeling about it at all. 10 being, man, I'm just off the chart. That way when we measure the intensity, after we've done some rounds of tapping, we can measure again and see if it's come down.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
And that's how we measure our success for the session. All right?
That's interesting.
Yeah.